Greetings, my name is Dave Knowles, and I welcome you to Huntsville's Technology Channel. I have the privilege today of interviewing my friend Dan Montgomery. Dan, you've recently started a new business, Strategic Defense Solutions, SDS. I'm quite excited to hear about this new endeavor. Would you please share with us?
Well, Dave, when I retired from Northrop Grumman, I was approached about maybe starting a business, and I had nothing better to do. So I said, yeah, let's give it a shot. So I retired in November of 2009, and we kind of kicked the company off the very next day after I retired on the 1st. And so we've been at it now for a year and a half. It's been exciting. We just were looking at doing the standard business with the government, defense industry kinds of things, and was focused on supporting prime contractors. I didn't want to get into the seat of work, but I wanted to support large contractors with some sort of product support. So we started it in November, and 18 months later we're at 24 employees. So I think we've gotten off to a good start. We're very fortunate to start the company at a time where we had the opportunity to join a major prime on an effort, so that we started at the proposal stage and were able to show our credentials and our ability to do the things that were needed for that contract. So I did some consulting along the way to kind of keep us alive. But after about 7 months, so we won that contract. We're now executing on that contract and are pursuing others. So it's exciting. I have 7 people currently in Afghanistan manning what is called the CRAM, Counter Rocket Artillery Mortar System, a program that I had helped start when I was at Northrop Grumman, and so knew a lot about it and was able to take advantage of that relationship and knowledge to win that piece of the contract. So it's a contract that will go for several years, and it's given us a nice start on the business and opened doors for other things.
That's very exciting. Are there additional areas in which you're providing services?
Well, you know, as you start growing a company, you hire people, and you find that their talents are a little different than you might have been thinking as you started your company and the vision for the company, and so you take advantage of what they bring to the table. We hired a young man. Actually, he had his own company, MRS, Mission Ready Supply. It was a distributorship for life-saving equipment like armored vests and helmets. So he's now part of our company, and so that's a part of our portfolio. And he brought a lot of customers that he was working to include foreign companies as well. So there are about 10 potential customers across the world that we're working. About to close a deal with Mexico for a lot of armored vests. So an avenue I had not dreamed about, but one that I think will be lucrative and also play to what we want to do as a company. Another thing I'll point out is when we started the company, we said what we want to do is hire as many veterans as we can and put veterans back to work. So we've kind of adopted the motto, veterans still serving. And of our 24 employees, 19 are veterans. So I'm
Congratulations.
Really proud of that.
That's very good. But I know that's true to your heart also.
It is true to my heart, and these are the guys who are the salt of the earth, and they're just great.
Wow. You mentioned how exciting it is with a small business, the flexibility, the maneuverability. Would you like to address that a little more? Or?
Well, you know, my experience has been the United States Army, which is a pretty big organization, and Northrop Grumman, which is almost as large, if not larger, about almost as large. So you couldn't maneuver. I mean, you had a plan, you executed that plan. In a small business, you're very flexible. If you have an opportunity that presents itself, you can go chase it. And so that's been very refreshing and fun. It's been fun to go after those opportunities that in a large company it would take a long time to turn the strategy to go pursue them. So it's been exciting.
Very much so. Now, how could other companies work with your company?
Well, interesting, Dave. As I started this, a lot of my friends who have their own companies have come to me and said, how can I help you? And how can we work together? So I return that, and as I find opportunities that we're chasing, particularly those that are set aside for service-disabled veteran-owned small business, and they're not, we bring them in. And oftentimes they will come to me because they aren't that category and say, would you like to prime this? We'd like to sub to you. So that's one big thing I offer, is that status of SDVO and going after those pursuits that are set aside for that purpose.
Very exciting. Is there anything else you'd like to share with our viewers today?
Well, I just say that my partner in this is Shannon Fogman. She brings the financial prowess to the job. She and her husband had run a couple of companies already and still own Accurate Machine and Tools. So she had the knowledge of starting the company. I had the relationships with business, this particular business. So it's made a very nice teaming arrangement for us with her skills and mine to come together. So I hope you'll see SDS prominently out there in the future.
And we certainly look forward to that. Now, before we leave, the website for SDS is
www.sdefenses.com.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us today.
Thank you, Dave.